and our GoPro course preview.
You're at X Games Munich. Check out your GoPro course preview for BMX Park.
Again, the best possible run score you can get out here is a 50, and it's your two best runs total together that hopefully puts you on the podium out here at X Games Munich. And we kick it off with your Barcelona gold medalist. This is Gary Young.
Yeah, what a way to start it off. The defending gold medalist coming right out of the gate. Fast plant over the hip there. So I'm trying that in practice. You had to, eye that up, make it work, and pulled it clean. Nice manual, too, off the elevated section into sort of a sub box down in.
Again, the runs are 40 seconds in length. Riders will run in order as to how they qualify. But Gary Young,
that was high, that one-hand invert. And you know what I'm noticing about this run? We didn't see this in the pregame. And, Gary Young, whether it's strategic or not, he did enough to get in this final, and now he's doing fresh lines. And to the judges, that's something you go, whoa, I didn't see that before.
I was going to say, he's changed up the routine, like you said, a fresh line, and was flying through there with some pretty good speed, and had some good height as well. Pat Casey working it in here for his first run. A tail whip off the roof of the Bavarian house.
Yeah, that's best described as ridiculous. It's pretty crazy that you can casually just whip in off the deck of that. And now that he's got the speed going, really flowing this course.
Pat, no stranger to the podium this year in BMX Park. He walked away with the silver in Foz de Guassu back in April. There's that double tail whip
right into a bar spin, and right into a bar spin out of it. That's an unbelievable trick. If I had to pick a move of the event so far, it's his double whip in the pocket.
He's changing up the line too. Remember, he was doing flare ups right there at the end. He does a bar spin flare that time around.
Yes, he is.
To backflip 180 where you send the handlebars around one complete rotation. Gary Young gets a 33. Pat Casey gets a 38. So we're seeing some big scores here in the opening round. On course right now, you saw him in the GoPro course preview. This is Drew Pazanzin.
And Drew, when we talk about riding big, Drew rides bigger than any of the other riders in this course. Meaning, bar spin into that? Are you kidding me?
We didn't see the bar spin transfer into that bowl section.
We didn't see it because it's crazy. Nobody should be doing that. But Drew went for it. He paid the price there with his score, and hopefully he's not injured in any way significantly.
How high of a drop do you think that is from the roof of that Bavarian house into that corner?
At least 8, maybe 10.
And you're spinning the handlebars.
Well, you're not getting, he's going into vert. It's not like you're just a casual undervert mini ramp where you can just catch a little bit of the coping and be all right with it. He'll get sent over the bars if he doesn't do it perfect. And we saw that.
Scotty Kramer here looking like he's ready to attack the roof of the Bavarian house.
Drop it in.
Into the deep end.
Yeah. Drew had that line earlier as well. Downside whip there over the hip. This is a good flowing run.
Coming up on the 10-second mark left here for this opening run as he goes back into the deep end with a big flare.
Yes, he watched that because he was generating speed, and Scotty is looking like he's blasting these deep sections higher than he used to. And that reflects well.
That was a big finish there. You see Drew getting worked on there. And one of the trainers looking like an issue with that left shoulder. That was a good knock that he took coming down from that drop in with the bar spin. Well, look at Scotty Kramer got a 41. That was the highest single run score that we saw out of either two of our opening heats.
Yeah, with him owning multiple gold medals in this event, and this guy too, they're saying, hey, Daniel Sandoval, you're not walking away with this one. Not that he thinks he is, but this is going to be a heated contest.
Scotty has 3 of them. Daniel Dares has 4 of them. Between the two of them, they've taken the last 7 years in a row prior to the 2013 season opening up.
Yep. And then it got mixed up quick with Kyle Balva coming out on fire and Gary Young getting the gold medal. And now it's anybody's ball game here with the 6 guys remaining.
Now keep in mind, Daniel Dares here is one of the 2 riders that scored in the 40s. He was in Heat 2. Daniel Sandoval, the last guy we'll see in the rotation, the other one to score in the 40s. So we could have quite the battle going on here today.
And this It's a solid run. I don't know if it's a 41 run.
I would say it looks like he pretty much picked up where he left off there in Heat 2, but you're claiming that's not going to be good enough to match what's still, well, you're right, 39.
It just felt a little bit off. There were a couple of landings that weren't as crisp. I don't think I've ever used the word crisp to describe a BMX event.
It's an accurate description.
Okay, Daniel.
Went down. So here's the other Daniel. Daniel Sandoval, he had scores of 41 and 40. Remember, your two best run scores total together.
Hey, this is where what he rides locally is paying off, because it seemed like he started out a little bit slow, got a little bit sloppy there, but he rides Southern California concrete so much that he was able to recover quickly. He's making the inline empire proud, according to what Brian Blyther commented.
Throwing out some shout-outs for the IE out there in Southern California. There's a double tailwind transferring over that hip. So where do you think this run's going to score here for Daniel Sandoval? You called it.
It's not going to be a 41. There was too many, I don't want to call it sloppy because that's an insane run. But you do get compared to the way you rode in your prelim.
Taking a look on the left side of the screen there, that was the double tailwind over the hip in the latter half of the run there. He gets a 37. Gary Young has to throw the bike away, but he gets up, he's smiling, he's okay. That's the important thing. So this will be a throwaway run for Gary.
Wow, I love these things. It's so cool to see how they actually unfold. Nobody ever counts out Scotty Kramer, but going into this, I'm thinking Daniel's on fire. The other Daniel's on fire. It's a battle of the Daniels.
Look at that drop. He was on the corner of the roof of the Bavarian house and slid all the way down. I mean, he got out of that one virtually unscathed. That could have been nasty right there.
Yeah, it's it's a long way to drop.
Well, look at how evenly matched these scores are. Pat Casey with a 38, then you got Scotty up there with that 41, Dares with a 39, and Sandoval with a 37.
No, it's easy when you watch these to get caught up with what happens in the prelims. I was thinking this is lining up to be a battle of the Daniels, but here we got Scotty Kramer sitting back, veteran guy, multiple medals, and he's sitting with a 3-point lead. We'll make that a 2-point lead right now. Not a comfortable lead by any stretch, but
I mean, he's a kid with that double tailing into the pocket.
That was perfect.
Bar spin out of it, and the key here, he maintains his speed. The changing up the line coming over the spine.
Downward through over the spine. He's got those dialers, mini ramp at home. He's got the dream backyard setup in Southern California.
Now you see Gary Young's over there being attended to by medical, looking like he's got something going on with his left wrist, but Drew Bazantin's back up and transferring it again off that roof.
270 dropping, which is actually a really, really old trick, but he used to do it by kind of hopping to the edge. He rolled into that one. And if he bars into this again, well,
he looked like he was leaning too far over the bars on that.
He didn't look happy about that either. I don't blame him. I have to wonder, was he thinking about spinning the bars, changed his mind? Sometimes you're better off committing to it and doing it. Maybe he chose just to go without spinning it. I think he wanted to spin him, and when he didn't, it threw him off a little.
Well, that was the question I was about to ask you, the way the body positioning was. Do you think he wanted the bar spin and then just wasn't able to make it happen?
Yeah. Looking at his body position, he was leaned back. He was going to throw him.
See how he just straightened his arms out.
Did you see that one-handed whip by Scotty? I mean, it wasn't on the biggest obstacle on the course, but it was really stylish and perfect. And Scotty, he's a veteran competitor. He knows how to get it done. I think we're going to see him post a score here that locks him into a medal position, and then from there try to step it up to lock himself into a gold.
Backflip down, the step down. He's got a 41 for that first run score.
Yeah, that's huge.
The height factor on that flip.
It's a vert bowl. I rode this course in practice. That deep end is so perfect. I felt like you could hit the ceiling if you had enough speed. But throwing a big flare on it, especially for a guy that's not a regular vert rider, I bring that up from time to time. Some of the park guys are learning how to blast these things like a vert rider does. That looks like a perfect flare on a vert ramp. And it's up in the ante to do it into concrete.
And he upped the ante on the score. He's got another score of 41 to give the 18. But look at Daniel Dares with another hit at 720 over the spine.
Yeah, that's no joke.
We got a dogfight going on here now, Dennis.
Yeah, it won't be just a battle of the Daniels because Scotty Kramer's already posted 241s.
Yeah, Scotty said, hey, I'll put my name in that hat as well here.
And my prediction of a new medalist might not come true here. I mean, Sandoval's got a 37. He's obviously the top qualifier. He can step that up. Drew's had a tough time on both of his runs, but they all get 4 runs. Nothing here is set in stone at all.
Yeah, there's still over 9 minutes left to go here on the clock. Remember, it's your 2 best runs total together as we await the score here for Daniel Darius, and listen to the reaction from the crowd here.
That was a really good run.
A 44. That's the highest run score we've seen all day.
And here's where it gets interesting. That puts him in the lead. Not only in the lead, though, he's going to own that tiebreaker until somebody can pop something higher than a 44. Anybody, if Scotty puts in a 43 or a 42 makeup and they're tied, Daniel owns the tiebreaker. Yeah, but there's another Daniel on course right now, and he's our top qualifier. He's going to have something to say about this.
I'm going to say, don't count this guy out. He had matching qualifying scores with Daniel Darius coming into this thing, and he's looking to get rid of that 37.
Watch the size of this. Bar catch bar to a huge whip to no-hitter. This run's incredible. This is more like one of his prelim runs in terms of being clean, but not only is it clean, it has, like, you gotta realize Daniel has some of the most amazing tricks. This is the guy that landed the first ever, you know, tail whip to bar spin 720. Are you kidding me? A double tail whip 720. Are you kidding me?
Well, this is what I'm talking about. I said he needs to get rid of that 37. You're like, well, 37 is a pretty high score. Now he's in the 40s. When we get to round 3 here, if he can get rid of that 37, he can challenge for that top spot possibly.
Yeah, and here we have a returning gold medalist from Barcelona, Gary Young. Riding like Gary Young, flowing this thing, throwing out unique lines. He's got a 33 and a 15. Well, he can easily, the 15's a throw-out score, but he can easily drop that 33 as well. He's going to be hanging on to it. He's not going to drop it immediately. But I think by the end of this, both of those scores are going to disappear for Gary Young.
Yeah, and the question, too, is we saw that shot of him standing down there with medical working on one of his wrists, and you wonder, how bad is he digged up right now after that fall?
That's a good point, because he started out that run on fire toward the end there. It tapered off a little bit. And, yeah, he didn't top the 33, so he's going to be hanging on to that 33 if these guys get 4 runs only.
So Pat Casey's jumped up in there into the 40s, so we've got 4 riders that have scored in the 40s here. He's got a 40 and a 48.
That's rough to see. It's right at the start of your run. Over.
So that's a tough break there for Pat. Taking a look back to Drew in his last run, and he's gone down twice on that. The first time around, he did the bar spin. The second time around, you said he wanted the bar spin. It just didn't work out. That shoulder's
the way
not
he's
feeling
leaning
good.
back, and if he looks like he's skipping this run, he won't be continuing on. That's unfortunate to see, because Drew is the kind of rider that you just don't know what to expect of him. He'll throw something down that nobody saw coming.
So you called it. You said that if Scotty got a solid run that last go-around, that he would just light it up and look for room to improve. Just kind of playing around right here.
But when I called that, I assumed that he would still be in the lead. Right now, he's not in gold position. He's in medal position. He could throw down a run for his last one and save his energy now.
Well, I'm wondering, like, why he just kind of stalled out the start of that run. So here we are in the final round of BMX Park Final. 5 minutes and some change left on the jam session clock. The story right now, this guy right here, Daniel Darius, a 4-time former gold medalist in this event, is currently sitting in the lead with scores of 39 and 44. It's your 2 best runs total together that'll hopefully get you on the podium out here in Munich, and the best run score you can get is a 50.
Well, the way this run shapes up is going to be very interesting. 39 is not like a score that you need to drop necessarily to hang on for gold here, but I get the feeling that this run's going to top the 39. So if he drops that score, he's going to be putting some distance between him and the rest of the field here.
Yeah, I mean, normally 39 is a pretty solid score, but again, you know, you've got Sandoval's got a 41 and a 37. Scotty's got 2 41s. We're obviously going to get through the rotation one more time, possibly twice, depending on what happens here. We saw Drew Gazanzin elected to not take his run in this round. So, you know, if he drops out again, I mean, obviously we get through the runs a lot quicker.
Well, here we go. He got a 40, so it upped his score by a point. And our top qualifier right here, the other Daniel in the field, is one to watch. Goodness. You knew before he landed excited that it was going to be perfect. Unfortunately, that gap is going to make this score be, not nearly as significant. All it really takes sometimes is one fairly significant mistake to kind of put it this way. They're judging on a whole point scale, so if each judge drops them a point.
Oh, he took a good hard knock on the right knee.
And if you do something where each judge feels that's going to drop you a point, that's 3 points you drop. Or if 2 points, that's 6 points. So it's very significant when you make some sort of mistake in your run.
So we go back up to the top of the order here with just under 4 minutes. Oh, and look, Gary Young is passing now as well. So this is really going to be an issue here with the fatigue factor, especially if Drew Bezanson doesn't take his next run either.
Well, Pat Casey's one of those guys that's just so capable of putting something together that just blows everybody's minds. He doesn't have a really low score to drop here. He's sitting on 2 solid runs of a 40 and a 38. But I know he can top that 40.
Yeah, at this point in time, he'd be tied for the bronze medal spot with Daniel Sandoval.
Look at that. That was even better. He had enough time to do something else out of that bar. I think he had it in mind, but hopefully the judges appreciate how clean that dog.
Oh, man. He got hung up hard going over the spine. He says he's okay. You see him right off the bat. Puts the hand up, lets everybody know he's all right.
That double tail whip air in the pocket was so clean. That run was on its way to being a huge score.
So the time clock will stop right here as Pat composes himself and gets on the course. But good to see him get up right off the bat after that. And I mentioned the tiebreaker. Tie right now for the bronze medal position. The first tiebreaker would be Daniel Sandoval having the better single higher run score, which is a 41 as we take a look at the crash here again. Yeah,
and it was a truck driver to whip on the spine. And, oh, man, that was a pretty harsh fall.
I saw the bars go to the stomach, but I didn't see real-time speed. I didn't notice that he hit his head that hard. He flat bottom.
He was on his way to breaking that tie with Daniel. And look, Drew's not done. He might get a second run here. He could still post 2 big scores.
There's that step down off the roof.
I hope Drew is, barrel roll flip. Keep going, Drew. Turn this into a good score. And with so many guys dropping out, you might get another run, and this could get real interesting. That wall tap, Jimmy, that's no joke. The wall, first, there's like a trail style of riding where you kind of have to let the takeoff just run into you and kind of suck it up, we say. You have to do that if you're wall tapping out of something with like 6 inches to a foot of vert on it.
Obviously going to drop out that score of 18 with that run.
He'll drop to 25 on the next run.
He gets a 40 on the next, so you're absolutely right. I mean, we get through this run order again. There's still time in the clock. All the guys will get one more round to go.
Yeah, I mean, Pat's got a 78 with a 40 and a 38. Sandoval, 41 and 37. I mean, it doesn't take much from Drew. He posts another 40, and he's an 80, and he's a medalist. Unless the other guys have something to say about that with their next runs.
Scotty Kramer sitting in the silver medal position as of right now.
And he's riding like somebody who's trying to top his highest score. So yes, it must have been a strategy to save some energy in run number 3 and come back on fire for run 4. Yeah, but that was huge. And that was dialed. And that was after buzzer. So that won't be viewed as a crash where he controlled his bike.
Well, with 2 riders left to go, we're counting down here. Actually, they stopped the clock while Scotty gets his bike out of the course. So
that's nice. I'm glad they did, because for that to tick away while somebody's just getting their bike out. Yeah, another 41, though. It's a day of 41s for Scotty Kramer.
This for a hockey game, you get a delay of game penalty for that right there. So here we go. Daniel Dares and Daniel Sandoval left to right. There's a minute 20 left on the jam session here. As we await the score here for that run for Scotty. He's got 2 scores of 41, gives him an 82 total. There's a shot of your current leader, Daniel Dares, with scores of 44 and 40.
Well, this is going to be it. This will have to be the last 2 runs. I mean, the runs are 40 seconds. Well, I'd say have to. It wouldn't have to be. Daniel chose to skip his run. Suddenly, Sandoval drops in with more than 40 seconds left, and it changes things. But expect these to be the last 2 runs of the event.
This quite possibly could be it, the final 2 runs here.
Well, Daniel's sitting in gold medal position. It doesn't mean that he can't be. He can easily be bested by Sandoval, and it's a different Daniel taking gold. He's not cruising here. He's putting together a real run, but this doesn't look like he's out to top his 44 or even his 40.
Well, going back to the strategy card that you played earlier, he's probably just going to take the full run here and thinking, hey, right off the clock, because with the amount of time left, he doesn't want to give everybody else in the field another run.
No, but Sandoval gets another run. That by rules, Sandoval gets another run.
Sandoval will definitely get one, but I'm saying if we go through it again.
Yeah, it wasn't smart strategy. It will probably hold up for gold, but all Sandoval has to do is match Dares' 44 and Daniel Sandoval's the gold medalist.
So here,
but what's going on? Did he drop in to blow this off? It's hard to...
I don't know. Yeah, the clock started and he's just kind of cruising through. I don't know what happened here.
Maybe he's winded, maybe he's injured, maybe he didn't quite grasp the fact that dropping in and scoring a 44 would make him a gold medalist.
Yeah, I have no idea why he's just cruising through this run here, but
I'll go out on
that's going to do it.
44.
No, because time is run out on the jam session clock, so that'll do it.
Hey, you know, he was probably aware of the fact that he was locked into a bronze. A lot of times, that's enough to do it for somebody to stay ahead. Accomplish something here, and his highest score in the prelims was a 41, I believe, so it would have took a significant upgrade to score a 44.
Yeah, and again, if you're looking at the scores and you're saying, well, there's a tie going on for bronze right now, the first tiebreaker is whoever has the single highest run score. So between Pat Casey and Daniel Sandoval,
Daniel, well, it came down to that last run, and you dropped in, you didn't go for gold. What was happening out there?
There was only 40 seconds left, and if I didn't take that 40 seconds, I probably wouldn't be standing here right now for third place, but stoked to be here. I'm happy.
That's your first medal, correct?
Yeah, it's my first medal.
Well, congratulations. And now we'll get over here to Mr. Daniel Dares. Now, I've just got to ask you, it's been a tight race out here, but what did you do to separate yourself for this win?
Everything I had. I saw Scotty riding amazing. I see Sandoval killing it. Pat and, you know, Gary and Drew, and I was like, I don't know how many tricks I can fit in this run, but I'm going to take nothing and give it everything.
And coming into this season, you were battling injury. Things didn't go your way in the past two events. So what does it feel like to be back on top here?
It feels amazing, seriously. Thanks to everybody that watched, everybody for the support, my people in Venezuela. So, thank you.
Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So, Daniel Dares adds his 5th Park gold medal to his trophy case. Dennis McCoy, your final thoughts here.
You know, Daniel, that's 6 medals for Venezuela now, and they all belong to Daniel Dares. And Scotty Kramer, I mean, a veteran guy that you always expect to be on the podium when he shows up. Daniel Sandoval maybe didn't completely understand the rules there. He could have dropped in and rode for a full 40-second run. And if he'd have scored a 44 or better, he'd be our gold medalist. But, hey, he got an X Games medal at the ripe young age of, what, 18? That buys a lot of In-N-Out Burger.
So that wraps it up for us here at the BMX Park Final. Daniel Dares taking the win. Scotty Kramer trades up that bronze from Barcelona and gets the silver here in Munich. And Daniel Sandoval walks away with the bronze. A great day of competition out here in the BMX Park Final. There's lots more going on out here, day 3 of 4 for X Games Munich. For continued coverage of X Games Munich, log on to xgames.com. We've got plenty more to come from Munich. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you soon.